On July 20th, 1969, the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong became the first human to set foot on the moon. This remarkable achievement marked a pivotal moment in human history. It was a testament to American ingenuity, perseverance, and the boundless spirit of exploration. However, this incredible feat has been questioned by some. Could it all have been an elaborate hoax, staged to win the space race against the Soviet Union? This essay will delve into the persistent conspiracy theory surrounding the Apollo moon landings. We will examine the historical context of the Cold War, explore the arguments put forth by conspiracy theorists, and present the overwhelming scientific evidence that refutes these claims. Join me as we separate fact from fiction and celebrate the true legacy of the Apollo missions. To understand the moon landing conspiracy theories, we must first journey back to the Cold War. This era of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union extended beyond Earth into the cosmos. The space race became a key battleground in this ideological conflict. Both superpowers poured resources into developing their space programs, each vying for supremacy in this new frontier. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth. This achievement sent shockwaves through the United States, igniting a fierce competition for technological dominance. The space race was on. The Soviets continued their early lead with Yuri Gagarin's historic flight in 1961, becoming the first human in space. The United States faced immense pressure to catch up. Landing a man on the moon became the ultimate prize, a symbol of national pride and technological prowess. The conspiracy theory alleging that the Apollo moon landings were faked gained traction in the 1970s. It's based on the premise that NASA, under pressure to fulfill President John F. Kennedy's ambitious goal of landing a man on the moon before the end of the decade, staged the lunar missions. Proponents of this theory point to various inconsistencies in the photographic and video evidence as proof that the landings were filmed on a sound stage, possibly in Area 51, a top-secret military base in Nevada. Some of the most common arguments put forth by conspiracy theorists include the following. The American flag appears to be waving in the wind despite the absence of an atmosphere on the moon. The shadows cast by the astronauts and objects on the lunar surface are inconsistent, suggesting artificial lighting. There are no stars visible in the photographs taken from the moon's surface. These claims, while seemingly compelling at first glance, crumble under the weight of scientific scrutiny. Let's address these claims one by one, with scientific explanations that debunk the myths surrounding the Apollo missions. These explanations are based on fundamental principles of physics and are readily available from reputable sources. Understanding the science behind these phenomena is crucial for separating fact from fiction. The appearance of the American flag waving in the wind, for example, is easily explained. The flag was designed with a telescoping pole to make it appear taut. The wrinkles in the flag, mistaken for movement in the wind, are simply a result of the flag being folded during storage. Furthermore, since the moon lacks an atmosphere, there is no air resistance to cause a flag to flutter in the first place. Section 5. The trouble with shadows. Perspective is everything. The conspiracy theory's claim of inconsistent shadows suggesting artificial lighting also falls apart upon closer examination. The uneven terrain of the moon can cause shadows to appear distorted, especially when viewed from different angles. Additionally, the reflective properties of the lunar surface can influence how shadows are cast and perceived. The human brain is wired to interpret images based on our everyday experiences on Earth. We intuitively expect parallel lines to remain parallel, even when viewed in perspective. However, on the moon, the lack of familiar reference points can make it difficult to judge distances and angles accurately. This phenomenon can create optical illusions, making shadows appear non-parallel when they are, in fact, perfectly consistent with the light source, the sun. Section 6. Waving flags and missing stars easily explained. The absence of stars in the photographs taken from the moon's surface is another argument often cited by conspiracy theorists. However, this too has a simple explanation. The lunar surface reflects a significant amount of sunlight, making the lunar landscape extremely bright. To capture clear images of the astronauts and the lunar module, the cameras used during the Apollo missions were set to fast shutter speeds and small apertures. These settings, necessary to compensate for the bright lunar surface, made it impossible to capture the faint light from distant stars. It's like trying to photograph stars in a brightly lit city. The city lights overpower the faint starlight. Section 7. The footprint. Evidence a lasting impression. One of the most iconic images from the Apollo missions is that of Buzz Aldrin's bootprint in the lunar dust. This simple image speaks volumes about the reality of the moon landing. The moon's surface is covered in a fine, powdery regolith, created by billions of years of meteorite impacts. This regolith has a unique property. It maintains sharp impressions due to the absence of wind or water erosion. Aldrin's bootprint, preserved in the lunar dust, serves as a silent testament to humanity's presence on the moon. This delicate imprint, undisturbed for over 5 decades, is a powerful piece of evidence that cannot be easily dismissed. It is a tangible reminder that we walked on another world. Section 8. Independent verification and the global stage. The Apollo missions were not conducted in secret. In fact, they were tracked and monitored by independent observatories and tracking stations around the world. These stations, operated by various nations, including those not allied with the United States, confirmed the mission's trajectories and activities. If the landings were faked, it would have required a global conspiracy of unprecedented scale, involving not just NASA, but countless scientists, engineers, and technicians worldwide. Moreover, the Apollo missions brought back hundreds of pounds of lunar rocks and soil. These samples, distinct from any found on Earth, have been studied by scientists worldwide and have provided invaluable insights into the moon's composition and history. The existence and unique nature of these lunar samples further solidify the reality of the Apollo missions. Section 9. The legacy of Apollo. Inspiration, not deception. The Apollo moon landings stand as a testament to human ingenuity, perseverance, and the power of scientific exploration. The evidence overwhelmingly debunks the conspiracy theories surrounding these missions. While it's important to encourage critical thinking and questioning, we must also ground our analysis in scientific evidence and logical reasoning. The legacy of Apollo extends far beyond the moon. It inspired generations of scientists, engineers, and dreamers. It pushed the boundaries of human knowledge and capability. Let us celebrate the Apollo missions for what they truly were, a giant leap for humankind, not a leap of imagination.